New South Wales Police are to be granted extra powers. As the lockdown crisis escalates across the state, public health order loopholes will also be closed to prevent unnecessary travel. Kenny Heatley is live for us in Sydney this morning. Kenny, the new orders are being finalised today.
Yes, it was a fiery crisis cabinet meeting yesterday, especially between the Health Minister Brad Hazzard and the Police Minister David Elliott, who clashed over these new rules, but eventually they were granted and they're going to be finalised perhaps today or even early tomorrow. And the Commissioner, Mick is going to be put back in charge of the COVID-19 response in his role as the State Emergency Operations Commander. Now, what that means is police are going to be granted more powers on the ground to enforce public health orders, which are being finalised. And some of the things that have been looked at are closing loopholes to stop people from leaving Sydney to look at real estate or visit holiday homes. We also understand that the singles bubble is going to be revisited as well. It took so long and so much pressure to put that in place. Well, that's been looked at as well, because this is not a surprise. You know, the Police Minister David Elliott was on Sky News yesterday talking about how much people are not following the rules. He's very frustrated with that. And we also had that man from Rose Bay in Sydney travel up to Byron Bay and cause that lockdown of the 4 local government areas as well. So they're trying to put a lid on this, considering the cases still rise. 344 cases yesterday, over 60 in the community, and 2 more deaths reported as well, Pete. So this is an emerging situation with these police powers also being granted. It seems 500 extra ADF officers will be joining the other 300 ADF personnel already on the ground in West and Southwest Sydney, assisting police with compliance checks.
And Kenny, meanwhile, remote towns in the northwest of New South Wales now in lockdown.
That's right. Yes, it joins Tamworth, Armidale, the Hunt as well. Well, now we've got the far northwest, and these are remote communities too. What happened was an inmate who was in Bathurst Correctional Centre tested positive. He was granted bail and travelled to both Dubbo and Burke and those regions in the northwest, and that has caused a lockdown as well. There are exposure sites as a result, and those 8 new local government areas that went into lockdown last night include Bogan, Burke, Brewarrina, Coonamble, Gilgandra, Narromine, Walgett and Warren. So under the same stay-at-home orders, can only leave their homes for a few essential reasons over the next week: essential shopping, exercise, essential work, and to seek medical care. Also, the Premier is concerned about LGAs here in Sydney. The good news is that at Canterbury, Bankstown, where it's really been the epicentre over the past few days, it seems to be tapering off a little bit, or levelling off. The case numbers there still very high every single day. But places around Bayside, Burwood and the inner west local government areas, the government fears that those cases are rising, and those council areas and those suburbs may join those other 9 LGAs in West and Southwest Sydney under those same harsh lockdown rules. And also, Pete, because of cases still rising in the Hunter, New England area, and the amount of exposure sites in that area, it's expected that the lockdown will be extended in the Hunter.
Kenny, thank you.